Welcome to E-Content Development Center, Majlis Arts and Science College, Puramannur. I am Agil, Assistant Professor, Department of English. Here I am going to discuss the poem Turmeric written by K. Sachidanandan. I have taken this poem from 4th semester degree common course paper Spectrum. After watching this video, you will get a glimpse of K. Sachidanandan and globalization. Coimbatore Sachidanandan, as we all know, one of the prominent literary figure of Indian literature. He is popular as a poet, critic, editor and an orator. He started his career as a professor in English. Later, he joined Sahitya Academy as the editor of the literary journal Indian Literature. Later, he became the secretary of Kendra Sahitya Academy. He has 21 collections of poetry in Malayalam, 16 collections of world poetry in translation, and 23 collections of critical essays and interviews. Some of his famous works are Five Sons, published in 1971, Imperfect, 1998, The Summer Rain, 1982, Stammer, 2002, and East and West, published in 2005. The most frequent themes of his works are environment, secularism, and human rights. He has received many awards and honors, which include the World Poetry Peace Prize from UAE, the Knighthood from the Government of Italy, Dante Medal from Dante Institute, Ravenna, India-Poland Friendship Medal from the Government of Poland, and 4 Kendra Sahitya Academy Awards. Now, let's have a small introduction of the poem. This poem Turmeric was originally written in Malayalam with the title Manjal, and later he translated it into English under the title Turmeric. This poem discusses the theme of globalization in connection with Kerala's cultural tradition and history. The major theme of this poem is globalization. Globalization. Globalization was propagated as a strategy of smooth flow of goods and services between nations, and it turned out to be a tool of exploitation in the hands of corporates. Third world nations are considered as market or rich sources of spices and natural resources. We can say that it is another mode of colonization. Globalization benefited only the rich, and poor countries were further immersed in poverty. Turmeric was exported in bulk to Europe from India through IPR, intellectual property rights. The sale of turmeric is now owned by the West. Turmeric is good for health and it has medicinal and ritualistic values. But through the new patent laws, it is reduced to a mere cosmetic cream. The entire poem describes the qualities of turmeric, but the last couplet shows how it has cultural and political implications. Another important aspect of this poem is its untranslatability. On being asked to translate the poem, Sachidanandan said, "I was rereading the poem and find it near impossible to translate it into any other language since it is very culture specific. Words like Unniyarcha, Kavu, Kolam, Saugandhigam, Nagaraja and Veil would need extensive footnotes and then the charm is lost. I am just trying a literal version here. It is difficult to translate as it uses a lot of cultural specific words." Let us move to the poem. Once the Unniyarcha of the subsoil, the urban beauty who smuggles gold under her pale skin, the golden shoes of the princess transformed by a magician into a plant. Unniyarcha, a courageous and beautiful war heroine of North Kerala's ballad, also known as Vadakkan Portugal. And here it implies that turmeric also was one of the heroines of North Kerala in ancient days, as it has got such an elite position among all other spices. He says in the next lines, "Under her pale skin she carried gold, and she is like the golden shoes of Cinderella turned into plant by a magician." Let us discuss the coming lines. "The dust on the feet of the sacred grows, the sunlight of the holy designs on courtyards, the nectar of immortality the serpent kings take, the cool moon of moist faces. In these lines, poet discusses incredible qualities of turmeric. First, in religious rituals, turmeric imparts bright color to the holy design on courtyards. Holy designs means the temple art or color. Second thing is in connection with the ritual of snake worshipping groves. The serpent kings take turmeric as the nectar of immortality. Go through next line. The tender touch of the earth on the cheeks pierced by the trident in divine frenzy, and the torn forehead of the dancing oracle, the other yellow shore of venom. In these lines, poet says that turmeric is the tender touch of the earth on the cheeks pierced by the trident in divine frenzy, or the torn forehead of the dancing oracle. Turmeric is an antidote for venom, as turmeric works as an antiseptic. Let us discuss the coming lines. The golden heroine of the kitchen splitter, the yellow clad fragrance of curries, the sweet scented presents that followed us from the labor room to the bridal chamber, and from the bridal chamber to the death rice. Now, an expensive cosmetic cream trapped in tubes and sold in the supermarket. Here, poet explains the inevitable role of turmeric in kitchen and cooking. Then the poet says turmeric is used on the newborn babies in the labor room, then it is used on brides. From the bridal chamber, it also accompanies the person to the death rites. Thus, turmeric is with us from birth to death, from cradle to grave. In the closing couplet, poet says that all these cultural, ritualistic, medicinal properties of turmeric is now trapped in tubes and sold in supermarket as mere product, and globalization ruined all the good days of turmeric. Hope you understood the poem. Thank you for listening. Thank you.